Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing the ultimate guide to digital planning. So I'm not talking about ClickUp or Asana or Notion or Google Calendar. I am talking about replicating that typical paper and pen type of planning. So I was once what you would call a paper planner. Technically, I still am, but since purchasing this iPad and this Apple Pencil about a year and 3 months ago, I have been all in with digital planning. And to be honest, if you already have the tablet, which is going to be the largest barrier, and you have the stylus already in your possession, then getting started with digital planning is going to be relatively easy. And let's talk all about it. So first up, let's talk about GoodNotes. GoodNotes is a note-taking app or an annotation app. There's also another popular one called Notability, but I have no experience with Notability, only GoodNotes. So GoodNotes is free unless you want to be able to have multiple folders and have no restrictions on how many folders and files and such you can upload. Then you will have to pay for it, and it's relatively inexpensive. It is $7 for the subscription, and that's a one-time payment. Well, it was $7 last time I checked. Stuff is on the rise. Inflation is out here, and things are getting more and more expensive. So hopefully it is still $7 when you're watching this video. But what I am doing right now is I am using some of the free templates that come with GoodNotes, and I have imported a monthly calendar template. You can choose a landscape mode or even a portrait mode. There are off white pages and then white pages, like white pages, as you can see. So I just imported the monthly calendar, and I wrote in a month, and I wrote in some dates, and I added an event. And also what I'm doing now is I have imported a task template or an agenda template. And this is a good place for you to write in everything that you have going on for the day and all of your to-dos for the day. So you can kind of use this as you see fit. And I'll share with you as we move forward in this video other ways and little tweaks that you can make to different templates so that you can get them to work for you. What I'm doing right now is I am building out my own planner. So I imported a blank page from the free templates within GoodNotes. I basically made a box to resemble the outline of a page. And now what I'm doing is building out a planner page. So I don't really know what I'm doing necessarily. I'm just showing you what you can do. I would probably maybe do the same thing. And if you use the shape tool up at the top, it will give you a perfect shape. So that's how I'm getting the perfect shape. But basically, I would probably suggest doing an hourly agenda on the left side. So maybe you add in these lines like I'm doing, but you don't put them as far apart. And maybe on the left side, you put 6:30, 7 a.m., 7 p.m., date it however you see fit. And then maybe the right side you leave for adding in pictures or stickers or journaling or your to-dos like I'm doing right now. Again, if you use that shape tool, it will give you a perfect shape. So I just made a perfect circle so I can add in a random to-do that doesn't make sense, but whatever. And then you can use the right side as a to-do list. So I just want to show you that options are plentiful and you can do literally whatever you want. Another thing you could do is maybe you separate the sections on the left by morning, afternoon, evening, or maybe work stuff and side hustle stuff and kid stuff, or you give different sections to different kids or something like that. So that's something that you could do as well. And then also you could buy a planner within GoodNotes. So they have at least 3 planners available, likely more, but they have a student planner available. They have something that's called a hustle planner that's available for purchase. And you'll see that all of them are $12.99. So you could purchase one of those if those will meet your needs. And if not, you can use some of the other tips and strategies that I'm going to share. But do know that there are planners within GoodNotes that you can purchase. I don't know who's made these planners, if folks who work for GoodNotes have made them or whatever, but there are some planners available to purchase from GoodNotes. Another thing that you can do is a Google search and just search for free PDFs. Now you'll see a lot of them pop up, many of which we'll talk about later and how you can get your hands on some templates using other free websites. But for now, I'm just going to save a template that one right there. Nope, the one underneath that one. I'm going to save that to my computer as an image, or I call it a computer. It's an Apple iPad, but I use it as a computer. I'm going to save it to my iPad, and then I'm going to import the image into GoodNotes. And just like that, because GoodNotes is an annotation app or a note-taking app, you can go ahead and write in your plans, and it is super easy. So I'm going to share with you so many ways today that you can get started. I think this is only like the third, maybe the fourth method, but there are so many that I am going to be sharing with you. And yes, I'm still in 2022. I meant to write 2023, but it's fine. So as a part of the GoodNotes, there are some elements, and you can add anything as an element, but there are some elements that are already within the GoodNotes app that are available for free, quote unquote, after you have downloaded. Well, yeah, I guess it is free, because if you use the free version, then these will be free. But nothing in life is really free, but technically they are going to be free. So there are some free elements that you can use. Otherwise, you can go to Google and find some different elements and photos and pictures and clip art and bring those in and import those as elements and then use those. But there are some elements within GoodNotes to get you started. What you're looking at now is Microsoft Word. So within Microsoft Word, they do have some different templates for planning and different things. And so you can go ahead and you can edit the templates within Microsoft Word, or you can build out your entire planner or a planner in Microsoft Word. So you always have access to it, and you can always tweak it and change it year after year. So maybe, you create your own yearly planner. Maybe it's a dated one, or maybe you create one that's undated. But basically, you can build out a planner in Microsoft Word. And one cool thing that you can do is use the templates that they already have as a way to get started. So I exported the template or the document, and then I brought it into GoodNotes, and now I'm just playing around with it. I just did a trick, which I took a screenshot of any white area on the planner, and then I copied it and pasted it, and you can use that if you wish to tweak your planner. And these are good tips. Well, I'm hoping that these are good tips, because these are tips that you can also use for any of the other methods. If you wanted to tweak a template that you got from Google, then you can. Or if you want to buy a digital planner, let's say you bought the Hustle Planner that's available within GoodNotes, and you wanted to tweak it a little bit to better fit your needs, then that is one of the ways that you can do that. So right now I am basically just faux planning, and I'm going to be faux planning throughout this whole video, just sharing with you guys different ways that you can get started. So next up we have PowerPoint. Now, I will say, if you want to build out one of those powerhouse types of planners, those that have all those fancy hyperlinks, then Microsoft PowerPoint is going to be the place to do that. I'm also going to share in a minute another place where you can build out one of those powerhouse planners, or maybe you don't do a powerhouse planner. Right now, I'm building out I'm mocking up like a simple type of planner. It's not really fancy. It's not hyperlinked whatsoever. I'm just using Microsoft PowerPoint to build out the template. And because this is the dimensions of the planner that I'm technically playing with are longer, whenever I import it into GoodNotes, you'll see that I'll flip my iPad so that it's in landscape mode, which seems to make the most sense. But of course, do know that you can change the dimensions. So if you wanted your PowerPoint to be in portrait mode, so it you don't have to turn your iPad sideways and you can use it in portrait mode, then you can do that as well. But I am just merely just showing you different platforms that you can use to get started with digital planning, because I feel like most people will just go and buy a planner, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to share with you where you can go to buy a planner also, but technically there are so many other ways that so many other platforms that you can use to get started with digital planning, and particularly for free. So back to what I'm doing right now. I am just making a faux planner, basically a faux template. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to export it using those three dots up at the top, just like I did in Microsoft Word. And then I'm going to bring it into GoodNotes, and I am going to plan my life away. So to create this, all I've done is I've added a table, and then I just adjusted the table and adjusted the rows within the table. There are also columns within that table that you can't really see, but you could adjust the table and make the columns visible, and then maybe you use the left column for I don't know, home, and then the right column for work and the middle column for kids. You know, you can kind of do whatever you want and create the planners in a way that makes sense for you. That's kind of the whole purpose of this video. But yeah, that's just kind of one little thing that I wanted to show you. Also, again, if you use that shape tool, it'll give you a perfect shape every single time. And then you can go ahead and use it as a checkbox or something like that. You can also do a square shape and it'll give you a perfect square. So, you know, you just got to improvise. If you're even slightly creative, these are some ways that you can get started with digital planning. Now let's talk about Canva. I have the Pro version. So anything with the little crown and the Pro, that is only going to be available for folks who have the Pro version, and I pay $12.95 each month for Canva. But if you don't have the Pro version, you can get Canva for free, but you won't be able to get the Pro version templates, planner templates. So I just went to Canva, I typed in weekly planner or daily planner, and so many popped up. So you can just sort through those and go find the one that you want. So as you can see, that was built in Canva. This is something you can do right within the app if you wanted to build out your own planner page like this within GoodNotes, which I think was the second tip that I was talking about, building out your own planner using, you know, making your own outline and titling it the way that you want to title it. Or you can go to Microsoft Word and create this entire template. So this is basic stuff like I mentioned before, but you know, if you don't want to do all that, you can just create a Canva account and then you can get you a free planner. Now, this is just basically one template, but if you go through in Canva, you'll see that there are some other options for planners that have more than just a template. They have maybe 2 or 3 pages. So they have a weekly planner, and then they have a daily planning page and some other types of pages. So you just have to look through them and see what you can see. So right now, this is a free planner that I am showing you that I built out in Keynote. Now, Keynote is a super powerhouse. It's kind of like Microsoft Word, but for Apple folks. And I highly recommend Keynote. I think it's my favorite way to design. Yeah, I'd say it's my favorite platform. And I love using Canva. I love Microsoft Office, Microsoft, you know, PowerPoint and Word, but Keynote is fire. So if you want to think of Keynote like Microsoft PowerPoint. So that's why I didn't go into detail about it. But in Keynote, you can do the hyperlinks and all of that if you want to make your planner clickable. And then also, so I just showed you how you can download my planner, but then also you can search some of those companies out there for which you may have used their paper planners like Passion Planner, or just search free planners on Google and you'll see some other templates and planners and stuff that come up that you can download. So there are so many free planner templates that major planner companies offer because they have paper planners, but they're now getting into digital planners that they're offering, and some of them are free, like the one that I shared with you guys. I recently created a planner and I released it for free. So, and I don't even sell planners. There are people who actually do sell digital planners, but they still offer free planners. So you just kind of have to go through and do some research and try to find some free planners. Also, if you go on YouTube and you type in free digital planner, then you'll see a bunch of videos pop up and folks talking about how you can access their digital planners that are free. So that's another way that you can get your hands on free planners. But as you can see, I'm using this template that came from Passion Planner, and it's perfect. Like, it's a full-blown page that you can use to plan out your day in its entirety. You could also, same holds true for everything that I've shared with you. If you wanted to use the paper format, of course, you could print off every single thing that I've shown you. So you can build out your own planner in GoodNotes and print it off and use it as a paper planner. Same thing with this page. You can print it off and then just use it as a part of a paper planner. So there are so many different options that you can explore. And I'm just messing around with this page a little bit more than the others because I am super into the Passion Planner. I actually have this same planner technically, but it's in a physical format. So I have a physical daily Passion Planner that I might be cracking into later this year, perhaps, but it looks exactly like that. So it's pretty cool. And then the final way is, of course, to buy from Etsy. If you go on Etsy and you type in undated digital planner, then lots of undated digital planners will pop up. And those are cool because you can use them year after year. So you'll never have to buy another one again, especially if you find the perfect one and your needs don't change from year to year. But as you can see, there's almost 100,000 results. So there are so many. I don't really know, can't even tell you where to start. I think just type in, like, if you're into boho, maybe type in boho digital planner or minimal digital planner or daily planner. Or if there's a company that you like out there who is selling on Etsy, maybe type in their name so that they pop up. But there are so many planners to choose from that you can buy from Etsy. And I'm just mentioning this as a last resort because while there are so many ways you can build out your own planner, if you don't want to be bothered, you can also just buy a planner from Etsy. But the cool thing about building out your own planner is that, well, you don't have to buy one and you can create a planner that perfectly fits your needs. I actually bought a planner and then I now create my own. So I just wanted to share this information with you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did like this video, subscribe if you're new and if you're liking what you're seeing. And I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.